Hello everyone, my name is Amos, and in today's video I will talk about a script I made called header.sh. So this is a very simple script. I know there's a lot of line of code and people don't want to take a look at code. So what we are gonna do, don't be scared, listen to my voice calmly. We are gonna go over this code line by line, explaining what it does. You see, it's less scary like this. So we have the original file name and it's gonna equal $1. What does that mean? It means the first argument that you pass it. What's an argument? So let's not save that. An argument is, let's clear the screen. Okay, let's start over from scratch. Okay, an argument is, let's say I write the name of the program, which is header.sh, and then the first thing I type after that is the first argument. So for example, the name of the file that I want to add an header to. For example, in this case could be the test file. So if I want to append an header to the top of the test file, that's what I would do. Okay, so that's an argument. Now let's go back to the header script. And here I have like a way to take, instead of using argument, you can prompt the user for the file name, but that's optional. That's why I commented it out. But if I wanted to use it, I could just uncomment this or have both. But right now I just use the first argument for the file name because I think that's more practical. That's how I like to use it. If you'd like to use it some other ways, you can customize the code. I will probably make that open source on GitHub. So that the link probably going to be in the description. If it isn't, just ask me in the comment if I forget to put the link in the description or something. Because yeah, making the video and uploading the video, I don't do both at the same time, so I might forget. Okay, prompt for current date, here you go. This is instead of asking the user to enter the date, I just use the date bash command utility to get the proper date for the script that the script was created. And also, like, it might be a good idea to add a section for like updates when the script was last updated, or at least how many times maybe it was updated. But yeah, I don't know if it's that relevant, but it's nice to have like a date to know at least like when you created the script. That might be useful to know, or maybe like, yeah, when it was last edited might be good. If you have multiple copy of the file, multiple version, that's keeping that up to date might be a good way to differentiate between different version of the same script, which is the most recent one basically. But I often just rename one to old and new, but that became a problem when I have like multiple old version of a script. But so yeah, that's why, like, yeah, I'm going on a tangent right here, and people don't like that. People like focus. I'm going to try my best to focus. So you have like this temp file that we have here. If it doesn't exist, we should create it. So let's do just that. It's not in the code. Let's write that if the temp file doesn't exist, we should create it. We don't have to do that actually. Now that I think about it, we don't have to, because right here we append to it, so that should create it at the same time, I think. But since I'm not sure, like a simple way to create a file, if you didn't know about that, you can use either touch, or you can just use this, which will reset the file if there's something in it. TMP header. So this simple no, wait a minute, that's not it. I made a mistake. File. Okay, so this simple command right here will overwrite the temp file if it already exists, so it will make sure that it's empty. And yeah, if it doesn't exist, it should create it. And a good way to test that is just to do like, this is new file. There you go. And now if I do ls and I look for this is new file has been created, and there should be nothing in it. This is new file has nothing in it. Now let's remove it. This is new file. There you go. Let's clear the screen. go back to our code that we're working on. So yeah, we've seen all that already. Now we take a look at basically what we append to the file, which is the important part, the header. And like I said, you could add a section right here that is updated, and here you would have like basically nothing, because yeah, and you would append that to the temporary file, and there you go. Now you have like an updated version section, but you don't have to have it. It's just a matter of personal preference. Like this is for the last updated basically, and this is for like the creation date. But yeah, it's a question of taste, what you prefer. For now I commented the line out to remove it, because I'm not sure if I will want this section or not for now. So yeah, I think it can be confusing since you already have like the date section, and I don't want to make it like creation date and update date. That's just not aesthetically pleasing to look at. Now you have like cat original file name to the temp file. So what we do here is we take the original file that we want to append an header at the top, and we append it under at the bottom of our header that is in the temporary file. So in our temporary file we already have the header, which is this section right here, and under it we will append the file that we want to have the header on top. Okay, the first argument file, the file that we passed as an argument. But I am going to make a demonstration right after that, so don't worry about that if you're not sure about how the script function. Also, I should probably write an help message for the script, a manual information, you know, a way to output the information on how to use the script. Replace the original. Well, that's self-explanatory. It will simply take the temporary file and completely overwrite the original file with the temporary file, and then it remove the temporary file if it worked correctly in the first time. And I think I have another, yeah, no, that's perfect. And here you have like, you make the file, the script executable, you make sure it is at least, and then you offer to open the script in the terminal using nano. So yeah, that's a simple prompt. And the way you use this is touch new file, and you could do header new file, and it's not gonna work because I forgot the .sh, and you add a description. This is the new file. Yes, and here you go. We added this header on top of new file, which was empty, and there's also always an empty line added between the content of the file. So we had at first when we created the file, there was one line in it which was empty, but now there's like two empty lines, one that separate the header from the rest of the, like this could have been the this could have been the rest of the file. And yeah, you have the header on top, you have like your author name, which should be a prompt, but for me I don't need it to be a prompt because it's not gonna change. And you have like the description for the program, the name of the program, of the file. There's an error here. There is an error here that I'm going to change. The name isn't the right one, so let's change that right now. It's not really complicated to do. And this video is already quite long. I know that people don't like when I do long video where I keep talking and not showing that many stuff, but I think I showed a lot of different stuff in this video. So right here with the file name, as you can see, we have like the variable temp file, and instead of that we want the actual file name. I think that no, original file name. There you go. It could have been just original file, but at this point I don't care. Original name could have been better than, no, just original file. Instead, we don't need the name. We know it's a name, So I'm just gonna rename every original instance of original file name with original file. There you go. All of them. There you go. And it shouldn't break the program. The program should still work. So if I append second try, yes, we have our new header with the correct file name, date, creator name, description, and we have our previous file which was already there. So as you can see, we appended the header at the top. That's what this script does. And it also makes sure that the script has a bin bash. So it will add always a bin bash because I never think to add it. So by default, you don't need to add it in your script. This header script will add it for you. So yeah, I will tweak it a little bit, mainly to add an help because I like programs that have the option to do just H, the H flag to get some information. I know it's something I show in a lot of video, and not all of my programs have that. So if I do just, for example, flag H, did not work for some reason. Flag H did not work. Yeah, for flag, that's the exception. It's one of the program where I think I just did like flag H to get the help. Yeah, for obvious reason because of the how the program work. But if I did, for example, I don't know, I'm going to try all of the program right here and attempt to execute them with H. For example, if I do like this program has probably no help. Does it have one? No, it doesn't. But it has a bug in it. But now the video is starting to get long, and I already said what I wanted to say. If you don't want to know more about like, yeah, right now I'm not. Yeah, this is just trying to the help for multiple of my program and see if it works. So change.sh. None of them have help, and I hate this so much. Zippo H. Zippo, a bash function for zipping directory into archive. Finally one of my program has a help menu, and you see this is helpful because it avoids having to create a man page, store a man page, finding the man page, storing it correctly and all that. You're sure that at least have some help within your script. Then if you want to create a man page, that's fine, but at least have a small manual with description, usage, options, you know, the basic stuff. I should have that in every of my program. That's a good idea for another bash script, for another video. In the next video that I might want to do that, create a program that would automatically add help information to each of my program. It would prompt me to write the program's name, description, usage, options, and you know, all the default help information. It would append it correctly to each of my script so that I don't have to do like if the argument is equal to header, then you know that I don't want to have to type this every time. I just want to tell it like, you know, that's what it does. And yeah, that's why I use script to automate my work. And that's an endless circle because I make more efficient script that allow me to make more efficient script that allow me to make my script more efficiently. I improve my workflow, which means I'm better equipped to improve my workflow, which means that my workflow is easier to improve. So it never ends. It's recursive. You know, that's the quote of today. Echo. Recursive workflow improvements. Yeah. There you go. And repeat. C, that's the command. How many times? 10. And N. Yeah. It doesn't work. So I don't know why it doesn't work. Let's try like this. Yeah, recursive workflow improvement. And there's also a way repeat H. There's a way to show this help message, and M. It's M, the other argument I was looking for. Look at this, it's gonna fill the screen. Recursive workflow improvement, recursive workflow improvements, recursive workflow improvements. That's so cool. The delay is too long though. I might want to reduce it a little bit. Yeah. What happens if I just say like delay 0? D0. Okay, it does it all at once. That's cool. So if I do like maybe 40, yeah, it fills the screen. Recursive workflow improvement, recursive workflow improvement. There you go. That's a nice utility. By the way, it's available probably in the description below if you want the repeat utility. It's a C code, C program that I made. And it's available for cheap. So get it now. Or don't if you don't want it. But it's very cool and useful for a bunch of stuff. But I use it always for dumb stuff like this. So yeah. I could have made it so that it prints like in a different color every time. I don't know, based on the time or I don't know what. Like you could make it print the second, millisecond maybe, like Unix time. I don't know. That's it for this video, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, make me famous. That's the, you know, some feedback would be appreciated. Leave a comment below. I want to know what kind of video do you want to know? What kind of tips do you like? What do you don't like? Let's make this YouTube channel a proper, real YouTube channel. You know, not just a side fan project. Allow me to leave my job because I'm tired of placing vegetable all day. That's a waste of my time and probably a waste of my skills. That's it, folks. Yep, I never know how to end these videos. I never end them properly. Yep, I just keep talking. So, not sure if that's a bug or a feature. You decide. You decide. No, seriously, don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. Do it now. Like the video also. Yeah. I mean, unless you didn't like it, then still like it though. No, just yeah, like it anyway. Who cares? And leave a comment. Even if you hated the video, just tell me how much it sucked. I don't know. Leave a comment. Let's hack the YouTube algorithm. The more reaction I get, the more power I get. The more powerful I get, the better my video are gonna get. Like seriously, if I get around at least 200 likes per video, I'll start do some editing in my video so that they're more enjoyable to watch. So it's a, you know, it's a circle. It's recursive. The more effort the more reaction I get, the more effort I'll put in these videos. That's for sure. But right now, you don't get no editing. There'll be some silence. There'll be some errors and me stuttering and looking for words and talking about random stuff. And is that a bug? Is that a feature? You tell me. You tell me. Me talking about random stuff, going on tangent. Do you like that? Do you don't like that? Like, I know these videos, what people like most is the tips. They're here for the tips. Give us the juicy bit. What's the advice? What's the trick? How did you get your workflow to be so perfect, so optimized? Like that. Yeah, I get it. You want to get a shortcut. You already want to have the perfectly customized system. You want to learn from my mistake. I get it. But I don't think that's a viable video format for the long term, because once you have a perfect setup, you won't need my advice anymore. You know, once you learn how to make your own script perfectly for everything you need, you won't need to learn how to make scripts. So that's why I don't want to focus too much on like tips and tricks. I give some once in a while, but I prefer keeping like the topic of my video broad. Just talk about random stuff. Yeah, probably a lot of people stop watching by now. That's okay. Bye bye.